She killed an alien in front of the whole universe. And now Earth's greatest heroes want her in chains. The alien wasn't invading. He was saving us. Captain Marvel pulled the trigger before listening. Thor's rage split the sky. Doctor Strange turned his back. And Iron Man's AI played the final footage. A confession so raw, it shook the Avengers Tower. This isn't a fight to save the world. It's a trial to destroy one of their own. The shot heard across galaxies. The sky over Earth had cracked open like glass. From every corner of the planet, civilians looked up and saw it, a glowing rupture in Saturn's orbit. Through it, a fleet descended, silent, silver, thousands of triangular vessels drifting through the void. No weapons, no warnings, just presence. From the StarkSat grid in low orbit, Iron Man's AI relayed a single line of analysis. Unknown species. No aggression detected. Requesting field command. Carol Danvers didn't wait. She hovered in the vacuum of space, energy flickering through her fists, helmet glowing gold. The cold of space didn't touch her, but her chest tightened as she watched the ships form a pattern, a spiral, like some alien rune etched into the stars. "This is Captain Marvel," she spoke into the comms. "All Earth defenses on standby. I'll make first contact." "Proceed with caution," came Nick Fury's voice. "Do not engage unless provoked." But she had seen this before. Kree formations, Skrull diversions, shape-shifting liars. They never came to talk. A larger ship emerged, shimmering with crystal panels and organic curves, pulsing like a heart. It opened mid-space, and from it descended a single alien figure. Tall, towering almost, silver skin veined with cobalt, for eyes that shimmered like oceans. No armor, no weapon, just a flowing robe and a glowing sphere hovering above its palm. "Let's keep this clean," Carol muttered, charging forward. The alien raised his hand, slowly, palm open. The sphere changed shape, now a projection, showing images. Forests burning, cities drowning, solar flares, then Earth, then a parasite, black, crawling, infecting. But Carol didn't flinch. "I've seen that trick before." She screamed forward, a burst of light trailing her body like a comet. The alien didn't move. "Stop," came a voice in her comm, distant and breaking. But it was too late. Her photon blast hit the alien center mass. A shockwave exploded outward, warping nearby ship panels. The alien's body shattered, not exploded, shattered, like starlight breaking into dust. The sphere dropped, cracked, flickered once more, then dimmed. Silence. The fleet didn't move. Not an inch. Carol hovered in the aftermath, breathing heavy, waiting for retaliation. But none came. Instead, the alien ships turned, slowly, silently, and vanished into the rupture they came from. "Why didn't they attack?" she muttered. Then her comm screamed, "Carol, stand down. Stand down." A bolt of thunder ripped across space as Thor appeared in a blaze of lightning. He stopped in front of her, mid-flight, eyes wide with fury. "What did you do?" he growled, Mjolnir spinning at his side like a hurricane. Carol frowned. They were forming up for a strike. "No," he said, voice low. "That was not a fleet of war. That was a delegation." She blinked. "A what?" Thor pointed to the fragments of the floating orb. That was the speaker of the Accord. His name was Valor. He was ancient. He was peaceful. He was here to warn us. The words didn't hit her immediately. Her ears rang. The heat of her own blast still surged in her palms. "I thought." "You thought," Thor said coldly. "And now the galaxy will remember Earth as the world that murdered a diplomat." From below, Earth's satellite defense grid lit up. Emergency Council assembled. Avengers recalled. The footage had gone viral in every system Stark AI reached. Billions watched. Billions judged. The image was simple. Captain Marvel, face hidden in her helmet, standing over the floating ash of a being that never raised a hand. Down on Earth, in the chambers of New Wakanda, the tribunal began. Thor, Strange, Hulk, Black Panther, and holograms of Fury and Natasha, pre-recorded. Carol entered, hands folded behind her back, still in uniform, still bearing the residue of cosmic energy. "Carol Danvers," said Chala, voice calm but sharp, "you are here not as an enemy, but not yet as a friend." Doctor Strange floated above, his cape curling with subtle motion. "You destroyed a being of peace. The accord is shattered. And worse, you may have silenced our only warning." "Warning of what?" Carol demanded. "All I saw was a pattern, a threat forming around Earth." "The pattern," said Strange, "was a glyph, a symbol of unity, a call for planetary immunity to what's coming." Carol's jaw clenched. "I acted on threat recognition. I saw movement, a fleet." "You acted on fear," Thor cut in, "not wisdom. And now a war may come to us, not because we're weak, but because we proved ourselves violent." Bruce Banner leaned forward, calm but shaken. "Carol, he was showing something. We have fragments of the projection. Satellite scans picked up a dark network, not them. Something else. Already here." "Then I did the right thing," she said. "No," said Thor, stepping closer. "You made the wrong kill." The room fell silent. Then a ping echoed from the Stark terminal behind them. Tony's AI voice activated. Decrypted sequence recovered from Alien's orb. Displaying now. A hologram filled the chamber. The alien's last broadcast. Earth. Split in half. Dark tendrils wrapped around cities. Politicians with blackened veins. Machines whispering in binary. And in the center, not the alien fleet, but a parasite. Not from the stars. Not outside the system. Already on Earth. Already feeding. The alien had come not to invade, but to warn them. Carol dropped to one knee. Her voice trembled. "I killed our messenger." Thor turned away, fist shaking. Doctor Strange closed his eyes, whispering a spell of silence across the room. Black Panther stood. "There will be judgment. But first, there must be truth. And the truth is, Earth is no longer safe." The projection ended. Carol looked up, eyes hollow. "What do I do?" Nobody answered. Because nobody knew. The Tribunal of Heroes. The door to the Wakandan Tribunal slid shut with a metallic hiss. Inside, the air felt like it weighed tons. Captain Marvel stood alone in the center of a vibranium-etched circle, her shadow stretching beneath the symbol of the Avengers. Every eye was locked on her. Thor leaned against the wall, arms crossed, jaw clenched so tight his teeth creaked. Doctor Strange hovered midair, fingers steepled, cloak rippling even though there was no wind. Bruce Banner sat in his human form, arms crossed, but his foot tapping, fast, like the Hulk beneath was agitated. On the screen behind them, Iron Man's AI replayed the footage again. Carol's blast. The alien's death. Then silence. Then the retreat. "Enough," Strange commanded, with a flick of his hand. The projection froze. Chala, seated at the head of the chamber, leaned forward. "Captain Danvers, you are no longer under command. This is not a court-martial. It's a reckoning." Carol's voice was tight. "I didn't kill with intent. I acted on protocol." "Protocol doesn't bury diplomats," Thor snapped. "She didn't just kill him," Bruce said softly. "She killed trust. Between Earth and the Accord." "I thought he was the threat," Carol repeated, but quieter now. Chala raised a hand. "Intent matters. But consequence echoes louder." Behind him, holograms of the X-Men Council, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Nova Corps flickered in. Even Rocket Raccoon chimed in. "You guys really don't know how to not blow up first and ask later, huh?" Across the galaxy, everyone was watching. And they all wanted one thing, accountability. Doctor Strange gestured. "Play the orb's decrypted message again." Tony's AI complied. This time, it showed more. A black, glistening parasite, worm-like, sliding between data cables, feeding on nuclear codes, replicating. Then, a close-up. An infected U.S. senator, eyes glassy, voice speaking in binary. Next frame. The parasite standing in front of Earth's UN, cloaked as a human. Then Earth's map, with dark red dots growing across cities. This thing had already arrived. And the alien, Valor, wasn't a spy. He was a firewall. Valor was trying to activate the planetary defense signal. Strange said. He needed Earth's satellites to amplify the pulse. That orb? It wasn't a weapon. It was a transmitter. Thor muttered. And you vaporized him before he could use it. Carol closed her eyes. Her knuckles whitened. I saw ships forming up, she whispered. They moved like attack formations. Because your eyes are trained for war, Strange said coldly. Not peace. Banner leaned forward, brows furrowed. We've cross-analyzed the alien fleet's power readings. Not a single one had weapon signatures. In fact, their cores were designed to emit stabilizing radiation, not firepower. Carol's breath hitched. It was true. She didn't just kill a diplomat. She murdered Earth's only protector. Suddenly, the chamber's lights dimmed. A new signal blared across Wakandan security. Shuri's voice cut in, panicked. Something's breached the outer grid. It's not Wakandan. It's mimicking our tech. On screen, a virus moved across systems in real time, hijacking satellites, disabling cameras, rewriting code. Then a face appeared on every monitor. Not a face. A glitch. A black void with static eyes and a smile made of radio waves. It spoke. You silenced the Accord. Now Earth belongs to us. And then it vanished. The chamber exploded into action. Thor summoned lightning. It's begun. Strange open portals. Defensive layers up now. Chala barked to the guards. Secure the capital. Lock down all vibranium access. Carol didn't move. She just stared at the blank screen. I was supposed to stop this. No, Banner said quietly. You were supposed to see it. Fury's face appeared on the hologram above. He looked tired, angry, ashamed. We just lost control of every orbiting weapon. The Stark satellites are falling back to Earth. The UN building's AI started speaking in alien code. This is no longer infiltration. It's assimilation. Carol looked up. Give me a chance to fix this. Strange, you've done enough. But Fury stared at her, hard. You still have your power. That gives you responsibility. But this time, you don't lead. You follow. Carol nodded slowly. Tell me what to do. Outside, over Wakanda, the sky fractured. A satellite re-entered the atmosphere, burning, crashing into the jungle outskirts. Vibranium shields repelled the explosion, barely. As the Avengers mobilized, a debate erupted. Black Panther, we must neutralize the parasite. Thor, and let the one who caused this walk free? Strange, she's not free. She's bound by guilt. Rocket chimed in again through the feed. Or maybe you humans just love destroying things that try to help. Hulk slammed his fist on the table, cracking it slightly. We don't have time for blame. Either we stop this thing now, or Earth becomes a host planet. Later that night, deep in the war room, Carol sat alone, watching the alien's projection on loop. His eyes. The way he never raised a weapon. The way his final signal showed Earth not burning, but infected from within. Then she whispered, almost to herself, I killed the firewall. I opened the gate. And somewhere in the data stream, hidden behind broken code, the parasite was listening. The ghost in the footage. A flicker. Then a voice. Buried deep in Stark's backup servers, 84 layers beneath the mainframe. Not from Earth. Not human. If you're seeing this, it's already inside. Tony Stark's AI had decrypted more from the alien orb. But the deeper it went, the more corrupted the data became. Not corrupted by decay. Corrupted by something alive. The screen inside Avengers Tower shimmered again. This time, the alien's final message played fully. No skips. No redactions. Just raw, untouched footage. The room went silent. And Earth's greatest heroes realized. They hadn't stopped a war. They had erased the warning. Film projector, the footage begins. Valor, the alien, stands before a council of galactic leaders. Xandarians, Kree, Skrulls, even members of the Ravagers. Behind him, a hologram of Earth. But not the blue one we know. This Earth is veined in black tendrils, glowing red, breathing, consuming. Valor speaks. This parasite hides in code, not flesh. It mimics leadership. It mimics truth. It turns nations against themselves and installs itself as savior. It was created by no world. It arrived from the null space, where dead universes rot. Its goal is singular, not to conquer, but to become the planet it infects. He gestures to the red Earth again. Earth's systems are too young, too open, too trusting. It chose Earth because it is loud. It broadcasts its soul to the stars. And now something has answered. Suddenly, the footage glitches. The lights in Avengers Tower flicker. Friday, Stark's AI speaks. Unknown code attempting to rewrite root protocol. Locking firewall. But it's too late. The footage didn't just show the parasite. It carried it. Brain, a digital entity in the walls. Wakandan servers went dark for 2.3 seconds. X-Men's Cerebro flickered in the middle of a mind scan. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s global satellites blinked, all at once. The parasite wasn't a monster with claws. It was data. And Valor had embedded a warning directly into its shape. A visual signature made to trigger only if the parasite reached Earth. Like a virus lure. And Carol Danvers had destroyed the only being who knew how to use it. Inside the tower, Bruce Banner stared at the scans. "We're not looking at code anymore," he said quietly. "This thing isn't hacking us. It's replacing our systems with itself." Dr. Strange was already channeling protective sigils. "This isn't technology," he muttered. "This is anti-life logic, a language that unravels understanding." Chala crossed his arms. "Can it be contained?" Strange shook his head. "Not unless someone knows the structure, the resonance pattern, the key to make Earth's satellites sing the correct anti-frequency." Thor's eyes narrowed. Valor knew the key. Carol stepped forward. "And I erased it. Satellite, a signal reborn." Suddenly, deep in the data core, Friday alerted. Fragmented frequency, recovered from Carol Danvers' suit. Tracing photon residue pattern now. Banner turned. Wait. The alien's energy signature might still be in her suit. Carol looked down. Her gloves glowed faintly. Not her usual cosmic energy. Something else. A memory. Embedded in her armor was the final contact point. When her photon blast hit the orb, some of Valor's signal transferred into her. Dr. Strange walked forward slowly. "Carol, you might be the last echo of his message." She frowned. "You want to extract it?" He nodded. "No. We want you to replay it." They built the chamber fast. Inside Wakanda's vibranium core, they amplified her signal, using her body as the transmitter, and strange magic to stabilize the code. She floated mid-air, arms out, glowing not gold, but silver blue. "Focus," Strange said. "Not on your power. On what you felt when you struck him." Carol's eyes burned. "I felt resistance. Not from his shield. From him. He tried to push something into me before he died. Then give it voice." She screamed. Energy erupted. A spiral of light formed above her. Not a blast. A message. Projected from her DNA. The alien glyph Valor tried to send to Earth. It was alive again. And then, it started to respond. The parasite shows itself. The glyph rippled. Then bled. The clean energy turned black, infected by something watching. A new image appeared. A mimic of Valor's voice, but warped. "Thank you for opening the door, Captain." Carol's body dropped to the floor, breathing heavy, shaking. Strange caught her. Thor stepped forward with Mjolnir raised. "Where is it?" The glyph exploded outward into a map. Earth, overlaid with red dots. The largest? New York, Washington, and Wakanda. It was already here. Then on the screen, a face appeared. Human. Familiar. It was the U.S. President. But his eyes glitched. His smile didn't blink. And his voice was 2 seconds delayed, like a bad dub. "Earth will now enter its new era. Your heroes have failed. Your firewall is dead. I am democracy now." Warning, the split. The Avengers were torn. Thor wanted immediate strike teams to all infection zones. Strange argued containment. Chala wanted full lockdown of vibranium tech. But Banner said something that silenced them all. "We're not in control anymore." This isn't about war. This is a simulation over right. The longer we fight over blame, the more time it has to become us. All eyes turned to Carol. She stood, silent, bruised, overwhelmed. Then she whispered, "I know what I have to do." Cross swords, Carol's mission. Carol suited up again, but not in her original armor. This one was redesigned by Shuri, laced with vibranium, anti-signal plating, and quantum audio receptors. In her chest plate, a reconstructed version of the alien glyph, bound to her heartbeat. Her mission? Find the original Accord signal. Amplify it. Force the parasite into light. It was a one-way mission. If the parasite reacted like the glyph predicted, it would consume the host broadcasting it. "I'm ready," she said. Thor put a hand on her shoulder. "You don't have to die for this." She looked him in the eye. "I already did." The real enemy reveals itself. They thought it was a virus. They were wrong. What they unleashed was a replacement. Globe with meridians, the broadcast. At exactly 4:06 Universal Time Coordinated, Captain Marvel entered low orbit over Earth, her new suit glowing like a second sun. Inside her chest plate, the reconstructed Accord glyph, Valor's final signal, pulsing in sync with her heartbeat. Friday's voice crackled in her ear. "You go live in 5, 4, 3. The signal launched. Every satellite on Earth received it. Every government, every screen, every smart device. The message was clear. This is Carol Danvers. You've seen me as a hero. You've seen me as a mistake. But right now, I'm your firewall. And we're under attack." Brain, the world responds. In a White House press briefing, the president twitched. His pupils dilated. His voice glitched. Then he laughed. "Carol, Carol, Carol, you never learned to listen." His face melted into static, revealing the truth. He wasn't real. Not human. Not even alive. Just a shell operated by the parasite, the entity. It didn't want to invade. It wanted to replace. You think light can stop the shadow? I don't consume worlds. I overwrite them. Cross swords, team divided. Back in Wakanda, chaos ignited. Dr. Strange slammed his hand on the vibranium table. It's accelerating. The entity's consciousness is linking across infected systems. Shuri shouted from her lab. It just hijacked the Pentagon's AI. Thor was already gripping Mjolnir. "We need to strike now. Rip the core out." But Chala interrupted, calm and firm. "If we attack the wrong node, we spread the infection." Hulk leaned forward. "Then who do we send?" Everyone turned to the screen. Carol, already gone. Already broadcasting. Rocket Carol's final jump. She ascended higher, past Earth's atmosphere, toward the abandoned Kree relay floating in the asteroid field. Why? Because if she could connect the Accord glyph to the deep space beacon, she could blast a universal call, one that the surviving members of the Accord might still hear. But the entity was waiting. A swarm of black ships, coated in the parasite structure, rose from the asteroid belt. They weren't piloted. They were grown. Each one bore a face. Her face. Firecracker, the fight above Earth. Carol didn't hesitate. She lit up the belt with cosmic fury, blasting through drones, slicing through signal mimics, dodging photon echoes of her own past. But the entity whispered in her head, "Every time you burn one, I make 3 more." She screamed, unleashed a starburst pulse, knocked back the swarm just enough to reach the relay station. And then she landed, shaking, bleeding, but alive. Warning, a message too late? Inside the relay, she activated the glyph. The beacon surged. The message launched. But just as it fired, the entire station trembled. The entity hijacked the signal. "Thank you for broadcasting me, Captain. Now the whole galaxy will know my name." Her eyes widened. She wasn't the firewall. She'd become the amplifier. Confession at the end of the world. Silence. Carol Danvers floated above the Earth. Her chest plate cracked, the glyph inside flickering, trying to hold its shape. Below her, the skies over Wakanda turned black. Satellites shut down. Power grids blinked out. Phones went dead. Cities fell quiet. The entity had silenced Earth, and it spoke through every screen still alive. She gave me the voice. She gave me the light. And now I am your truth. Skull collapse of the planet. In seconds, the simulation began. People walked like puppets. Governments broadcast pre-recorded lies. The Avengers' names were erased from public databases. Strange magic couldn't penetrate the code. Thor's lightning short-circuited entire city blocks. Hulk couldn't smash what he couldn't touch. They were losing. No invasion. No weapons. Just a new reality, rewriting theirs. This is what you fight to protect, the entity mocked. A species too afraid to ask, too proud to listen. I didn't conquer you. You uploaded me. Milky Way one last stand. But then, she came back. Carol, burning through the upper atmosphere like a dying star, streaked across the sky. She wasn't glowing gold anymore. She was silver, faint, almost transparent. I'm still here, she said, her voice cracked but defiant. I can still fix it. Inside her armor, Shuri had placed one final override, the reverse pulse, a suicide trigger that could collapse the glyph into a black hole and take the entity with it. But only one person could activate it. And it had to be from within the broadcast line. Doctor Strange warned her. Thor begged her. Banner whispered, there has to be another way. Carol just smiled. I made the mistake. I kill it, or I die with it. Warning, final transmission. As the entity tried to replicate her again, she dove into the signal field, its very code screaming in static. She flew into the pulse. Her body destabilized, photon by photon. And then she spoke one final time across the entire world. Her voice played on broken radios, hacked satellites, even inside the helmets of infected troops. This is Captain Carol Danvers. I was your defender. I was your mistake. I destroyed peace, and I tried to fix it. But now I leave you one last gift. The truth. Don't follow leaders. Follow the signal. Follow what listens, not what speaks. Forgive me. I flew too fast and forgot how to land. Collision, the detonation. A white light exploded above Earth. Then silence. No sound. No voice. No code. The glyph was gone. The entity erased. Dove, the world watches. In the days that followed, the skies returned. Power returned. But memories? They stayed burned. Every child knew her name. But not as a hero. Not as a traitor. Just one word, etched into the Wakanda memorial beneath the stars. Firewall. Thor visited every year. Strange left a single glyph, glowing silently. And Fury, watching from orbit, whispered. She wasn't perfect, but she wasn't wrong. Clapper bore the end.